Hello, yes?
Are you Clara Steiner, formerly Clara Swead?
Yes.
Did you happen to go to the Atelier 17 workshop run by Daniel Hayter in the 1940s?
Yes, I did.
I think we found the right person.
And who, may I ask, are you?
I'm Alan Perry. I'm doing some research on people that attended his workshop. And you're the first person that we've decided to do some background work to see if you're still around.
Yes, I am.
And if you're famous or not.
No, I'm not.
You're not famous?
No. The world has forgotten me.
It's forgotten you. Would you mind if we came in and did like a little interview and...
Come right ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Come on in.
Okay, thank you.
It's a little messy, but that's the art studio.
That's okay. You've been creating artwork for how long? Since you've been in the Hayter workshop, you were, what years were you in the
Well, I
workshop?
was in Cooper Union, and then 2 years in the Hayter workshop, and then did other things.
Okay. Were you encouraged to be an artist, or to, what was it like for women back then to?
Well, we all knew what the score was. They had something at that time in the 50s that was called a club. Only men allowed. I think there was one woman who was somebody's wife, who was also an artist. But no, women were supposed to be girlfriends of artists. How did you guys find me?
Well, we looked at the Atelier website, the Hayter website. First of all, there's a Hayter Foundation which has set up a website.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We noticed your name was in there, and we found all these other people in that list, about 150 people that took Hayter's workshop from the 1940s to about 1947.
Yeah.
You're one of those people that were in there, but everybody else is already famous. Salvador Dali, Picasso, Chagall, Moreau, but we noticed your name, and I didn't have any history. We did some Google searches. We didn't find anything about you, so I decided to see who you are, where are you, and what you're doing. So that's what led me to come here.
I know what led you to come here. The universe.
The universe.
The universe said, "Oh world, where art thou?"
So you've been waiting for
yes,
this.
Yes, and you came like Prince Charming. You guys are amazing, really.
So how old are you?
Real?
How old are you now? And
85.
You're 85. You haven't been really discovered yet by the art scene or by the art critics. So maybe this is your time and your chance. But let's kind of talk about your artwork and what kind of inspires you and what leads you to doing things. Because you've been creating artwork for over 60 years. Where is it?
And there is quite a lot upstairs in my old studio in the drawers.
Okay, would you mind if we went upstairs?
No, I'd be glad to take them out and let them breathe a little bit.
Okay, all right.
All right?
So I take it this is the access to the attic?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, let's open it up and see what we find up there.
I'm amazed that we found it. That's a Hans Steiner invention. Clean this up.
So what's the idea?
No idea. I just love Cabbage Patch dolls, and they're quite ridiculous. So they fit in with guys that I thought were snakes, and that's a snake. And it's interesting. They're still hopping around now in our new society.
How long is your art?
No. Is it?
That's what it says.
Where?
How long is your art?
Oh, then it is. Oh.
So I
don't know whether this was the one. Anyway, at any rate, this was my husband's work apron. It's an old canvas apron. So I added to it collaged pieces from other old things. And I submitted this to a show which was supposed to be at Heckscher Museum. And it was accepted. And then when I brought it, they said it's too long. I said, well, what difference does it make? It has to be a minimum width so you could get stuff on the wall. What difference does it make if it's long? So that we had such a big fight, and I just said, okay, forget it. Oh, this is a cat series where a cat once came up to me in the backyard with a dead bird in its mouth.
Okay.
I have a whole series of those. So I decided to make this a prize cat, and I gave it a red ribbon, and I gave it some collage and some cuckoo eyes, and I give out my own prizes.
Okay.
All right? She, he, it won a prize. This is called Pizza Pie. It's handmade paper that I made in 2 sections. And when I cut out this section, I said, oh, that's a pizza pie. And so the paper is, I think, a little bit, it got a little brown. But at any rate, it's painted and drawn on. It's been drawn on. Mm-hmm. And it has no particular significance, but it's funny. This is much older. I'm not sure that wasn't part of the master's program at Pratt.
Oh, okay.
Instead of writing a paper, I had to do paintings.
Okay.
And that was the mood I was in at Pratt.
So what year was that where you were at Pratt? Would it be the 50s or 60s or 70s?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they're both 1966.
Yeah, that was again the master's project from Pratt. They didn't really know what to do with me, so they said, well, you can go downstairs in the basement and have a studio at Pratt and paint all day, and we'll give you a master's. Consequently, I got the master's, and I went with my resume to whoever was working in the office at Pratt, and I wanted to fill out an application to teach in college. And the young man then said to me, well, they don't have any lady art teachers in colleges. So I said, okay, I believed them. These are really, really...
I think they're incredible.
They're very jolly, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're like...
Legs.
Heads of dolls. What does it say?
It's the apron of earthly delights.
That's what it is.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's little shovels. Little
I don't know
pieces.
where I got. I had a lot of stuff that
Coins.
I picked up. Yeah. Coins, legs. And these people are dancing around in the Garden of Earthly Delights. See her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Does it have a title? No, it does. It's
Yeah,
called,
that's, what's his name?
Justice. Justice and Reason with Gold Edges.
I wrote that?
Uh-huh.
That's brilliant.
It's like Reagan.
It is. This is... Well, this is an original etching with... I don't really remember how I did it. But this is a little bit of Bosch here. And that's Reagan. And that's from Picasso's... forgot what it was. Picasso's depiction of the Spanish Civil War. Guernica.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Guernica. And this, I think, is an etching, and I think this is hand coloring here. The Grimm's Fairy Tale series, but I only got as far as Hansel and Gretel and Rapunzel. And that's a hand-colored etching. And there they are, the innocents. And that's the witch telling them to go to her house. Oh, yes, this is very old. I had this in Brooklyn on the wall.
This one's called the Dragon.
Yes, this one I think is very interesting. It's like a sumi brush. And it's a triptych of etchings.
So this is the Temptation of St. Anthony after Bosch.
And this is a woodcut with collage, with added color. And this is based on an interpretation of the Bosch thing. And I guess I'm always there, that's me. I'm looking at it. And just a lot of fun.
Do you know when you might have done this?
Well, this is in the period when I was doing etching out here, so it was in the 70s.
In the
probably.
70s?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was in a show, a one-person show I had at Gallery 84 in the city. And it's based on a Bosch painting or etching of the Garden of Eden. And there's a snake. And I covered up the nasty bits. And it's a drawing on canvas with assorted collage.
And the title is Adam and Eve after Durer, it says.
Yes, Adam and Eve after Durer.
Okay, and it says 1968.
And that's the truth. Yes. I don't especially love this mat, but...
Okay, well, thank you very much for letting us go up into your attic and find these incredible discoveries.
They're my discoveries,
Your
too.
discoveries,
I
too.
remember them.
But we really appreciate it. We had no idea when we started out we were going to find, even if you were the right person. So the fact that you're the right person and that you have an unbelievable cache of undiscovered work is just remarkable.
Thank you. It's nice that they came out and they breathed a little bit, and I remembered them. But I don't remember doing it. Isn't that odd?
Where everything was happening was on 8th Street for
Absolutely.
the
That was
whole
it.
art scene.
There was another school, I forgot the name of it, that was run by Peggy Guggenheim, and that was it. But the Cedar Bar was the icon of where actors, artists hung out. And the only role for women was to be a girlfriend. No role as an artist. And I remember sitting there, and I remember the sun was shining outside. It was a dark, smelly bar, but I was so thrilled to be invited to sit with them. I did a big painting of New York, and I tinted the background, and then I drew over it. So it's a combination of drawing and painting. And I like using untraditional materials. And I like fashion, I like fabrics.
And there's one piece that you've done called Mama's In and Dada's Out.
Yes, that was one of my themes. I did a lot of them. And I spell things differently. Mama is M-A-M-M-A-Z-I-N, Mama's In. And Dada, D-A-D-D-A-Z-O-U-T, Zout.
Did anybody get it?
No, nobody knew what I thought it was so funny. Most of the people that looked at my work didn't know art history much, and they didn't know what Dada was. So maybe they thought it was baby talk. I don't know, something. But I like that thing. Mama's In and Dada's Out. I did it on aprons, on scarves, in a book, and in many. I was working in the college office at school, and all the colleges send their banners. And I saw this Kent State banner, and nobody said, "Ooh, that's Kent State." And I said, "Ooh, that's Kent State," and I took it because I was going to use it in art. And it's in the neck of one of the gowns. And I remember everybody was doing color etching. And I said, oh my God, a different plate for every color, and then you had to match them. When you printed
Right.
them, they had to be exactly in the right place. And I said, well, I'm going to hand color it. And everybody freaked out. You can't do that. I said, yes, I can. Why not? And within a couple of years, everybody was hand coloring. There were a few of us that were so-called fine artists. We considered ourselves geniuses who would never be discovered, who would live in a crummy little attic like La Boheme and starve. And that was the mode of life, the modus operandi of Cooper Union. Never sell out, never be commercial, except that 90% of their students became commercial.
Clara Steiner is working on several new pieces in her studio in Manhasset, New York. In 2010, she'll be 86 years old, and her art voice is yet to be heard by the world.
I know what led you to come here. The universe.
The universe.
The universe said, "Oh world, where art thou?"
So you've been waiting for
yes,
this. Yes,
and
waiting.
you came like Prince Charming. You guys are amazing, really.
So how old are you?
Real?
How old are you now? And
85.
You're 85. You haven't been really discovered yet by the art scene or by the
No.
art critics. So maybe this is your time and your chance.